Hello everyone, welcome to Hiring Mentor. And in today's video, we're talking about the BPO industry. We're going to try and understand the industry as a whole, why it's growing as much as it is, and how you can make a career in this industry. So, to begin with, let's try and understand the full form of BPO. So, BPO stands for Business Process Outsourcing, which basically means when an organization offers some of their tasks to a company to complete them for them. So this might sound a little complicated at the beginning, so I'll give you two different examples, one on a personal level and the other one on a more organizational level, so you can understand this whole concept as a whole. Because we regularly do this thing in our everyday lives, but we don't recognize it. So on a personal level, let's think that there's a wedding happening at one of our houses. So in a situation of this sort, we have our own things to handle, so we don't take care of all of the things. Like the biggest tasks like decoration, the catering, and all of these are outsourced to different agencies like a catering business, and they take care of that part of it, and the rest of it, like handling the guests, taking care of all of these other things, our own personal problems, we take care of them at the wedding. So that's basically how outsourcing works at an organizational level as well. Let's take Airtel for example. Their basic task is to provide us with the telecom services, good networks, and all of these things. Customer relationships is a secondary thing. While it's important for them to maintain their customer base, it is still a secondary thing for them. They still have to provide the good networks to make the customers stay with them. So the customer relations part, though important, is given across to an agency or a BPO, and they take care of this. So this is how BPOs even started growing in the first place. In the 1990s and the early 2000s, a lot of fashion brands from the US wanted to reduce their manufacturing costs because the labor costs were kind of getting higher in the US. So they went out to China, Vietnam, India, and all of these places. And they didn't set up manufacturing units there. Instead, they went to the existing companies there and gave them contracts for manufacturing their products for them. So that not only made their job easier, they went to experts and did it. Not because they couldn't do it themselves, but because they wanted to reduce their own costs. Now, if they would have set up a base in India, they would have had to take a place which would cost rent, cost money. They'd have to hire people, which would take a lot of time. They'd have to hire people with the right skills, and if the people don't have the skills, they'd have to train them for it, which would take a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of money, which isn't what a company wants. So instead, all that they did was go to a company that's already an expert in it and gave them the contract for it. And that's basically how any BPO works. And there are different kinds of BPOs. For example, there's BPOs in customer relations, like I just mentioned, and there's BPOs in tech, there's BPO in marketing, there are BPOs in software development, accounting, HR, and also back-end office. So these are the different sectors in the BPO industry. Now we'll try and look at how you can enter the industry and how you can make a career for yourself. Now, if you sit down and talk to any person who has been in the industry, they'll tell you about the amount of growth that's in there. So if you join a company that's got good growth going on, you can have a guarantee that from an associate you will reach an assistant manager's position in 4 years, which is a very short duration and which is a great career trajectory to have. So what would you need to start off your career in this industry? The first thing that you would need is to be a graduate. There used to be a time when you could just be a 12th pass and get across in this industry, but it does help if you're a graduate now. There are still some companies that offer you jobs if you're a 12th pass, but to handle managerial roles or just to have the technical knowledge, it helps if you're a graduate. Secondly, you would need really good communication skills in English, be it written or oral, with good pronunciation of the language. This helps you to basically put your word across very well. Then you'd have to be a very good listener. You'd have to be a good listener because if you're working in, say, customer relations, you'd have to listen to the customer's problem clearly and be able to solve the problem very patiently. So if you're able to do that or you want to do that, you'd need to be a good listener to begin with. And I think that would be it to start off your journey. And if you really do want to start off your journey and want to explore this field, you can go across to hiringmentor.com and fill up your details there. And you could start off your career in BPOs as well. We just give you the idea about all the opportunities available. I think that would be it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you did like the video, please do like it, share it across to anyone else that you think might like the video, and yeah, just subscribe to the channel for more such content. And if you do have any other ideas for us, leave it down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching.